All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Marnie Hernandez, and we are on part 2 of our Carnival certification. So we did part 1. And again, I'm sorry, my dogs, they're always quiet until I get on my trainings. All right. So we're going to go to our part 2. Let's see where we're at. Can you guys relax, please? Okay. All right. So here we are, learn and earn, enter bookings. And so we are here. So hopefully we're going to complete half of this and then finish this.
Okay, so after I see the learn and earn, and what do we click on after learn and earn?
You go to the training. So
Oh, start today.
yeah, probably there. Or you click here and this should take you right where we're at. Click that link in the chat box and that should take you there. So as you see here, this is where we're at. So we're going to hopefully finish our gold today. So we're going to start working on the Carnival staterooms. Okay, does everybody see that?
No, not yet.
Okay, can you click on that link that I put in the chat?
No, because I'm doing it on my phone. I'm doing it on my
Okay.
learn and earn. Let me see. Introduction. Okay, I got it now. Okay, we're on the go. I got it.
Yep, we're on the gold. And it's Carnival stateroom. So we're going to go ahead and start this now. Everybody good? Okay. All right. Let me share my sound. Here we go. All right.
Hello, and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we'll be talking about Carnival's different stateroom types, and our topics will include a stateroom overview and standard stateroom amenities. We'll also cover standard stateroom types, and then we'll talk about suites and amenities, and then finally go through accessible staterooms, some specialty staterooms, and our brand new Excel suites. So let's get started. Carnival offers the perfect stateroom for your client's cruise vacation. Please keep in mind that the stateroom type is going to determine the price that your client pays. All of our Carnival staterooms are based on double occupancy, and most of the rooms feature 2 twin-size beds that convert to a king-size bed. So all of the rooms on board are going to be based on 2 people in the room. There are a limited number of rooms that will hold triples, quads, and quints, but keep in mind, not every room will accommodate 3, 4, or 5 people. So when we're talking about accommodating multiple occupancies, whether 3, 4, or 5, the accommodations may be an upper bed, it could be a pull-out sofa, or it could be a rollaway trundle. So it's just going to depend on the room type and how we're able to accommodate multiple occupancies. With all of our staterooms on board, we do offer standard amenities, so perks for everyone on board. All of our staterooms do have a dedicated stateroom steward who really are amazing. They come in and make up your room, whether it's in the morning or in the evening. They're also there if you have any questions or concerns or need additional towels or perhaps additional pillows. Speaking of which, we do have some amazing linens on board. In fact, the worst part of the beds is they're hard to get out. They're just that comfy. We have individual climate control for each of the staterooms. There's also plenty of closet and drawer space to put your belongings away and your clothes and shoes. And I know many folks like to unpack and then the suitcase slips right under the bed to get it out of the way. We also have televisions in all of the rooms. There are bathrobes upon request to use throughout the cruise. And then there's a safe in the room for your valuables and for your passports or travel documentations. All of our rooms do have 24-hour room service, so we've got a dedicated room service team. In the morning, we offer a complimentary continental breakfast from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. After that, we do have a la carte selections for a nominal fee offered throughout the rest of the day from 10 a.m. until 6 a.m. the next morning. So if you decide late at night that you need some wings or French fries, you can always order it through room service directly from your room. We do also offer beverages from the bar through room service, but let's talk through some of the standard stateroom types. So the minimum category on board that you're going to find and the most affordable category is our interior stateroom. So our interior stateroom is going to run right around 185 square feet, depends on the ship. As you can see in this picture, you've got the 2 twin size beds. Again, they will convert to a king size bed. The stateroom steward will change the configuration if needed. It can also be requested in advance with the online cruise manager. But the interior staterooms are going to be great for people who maybe they're looking for a cruise on a budget, or they don't spend as much time in their stateroom and they want to be out and about on the cruise and don't plan to be in the room too much. They're also great rooms for anyone who wants to be able to sleep during the day because they are nice, quiet, dark rooms as well. But all of our standard interior stateroom categories begin with the letter 4. And then after the 4 is a letter. And the further into the alphabet the letter is, the higher the category. So the minimum category is going to be a category 4A. And then as you get further into the alphabet, B, C, D, E, F, and so on, the higher the category and the higher on the ship. Ocean view staterooms are great for those who want to be able to get some natural sunlight in the room and look out and see the destination that they're in. These all come with beautiful picture windows in them, and they do tend to be down on decks 1 and 2. As the majority of our ships are a majority of balconies, the ocean view rooms are lower on the ship, but that also means they're a little more spacious. So most of them are going to be around 220 square feet, which is the same size as a standard balcony without the balcony space. So you have that extra space as room space. All of our standard ocean view categories are going to begin with the number 6. And just like our interior categories, they're going to have a letter next to it. And the further into the alphabet the letter is, the higher the category. So again, the minimum category would be a 6A. That's a minimum ocean view room. And then 6B, 6C, 6D, and so on. Now, speaking of ocean view, let's talk about some of the deluxe ocean view rooms because these are great rooms for families. They're featured on our Dream Class ships. So the deluxe ocean views, again, down on decks 1 and 2, they're going to be right around 220 square feet. In this picture, you'll notice you've got the 2 twin size beds that convert to the king. You've got an upper bed, the couch would pull out, and then the room would also accommodate a rollaway. So you can accommodate up to 5 people in these rooms, and they also come with a double bathroom. One of the bathrooms has a stand-up shower, and then the half bath has a small junior tub. So it's perfect for families if you want to be able to bathe the kids, or perfect for a girlfriend's getaway where you need 2 bathrooms with 2 sinks. So our standard deluxe ocean view categories are going to be 6L, 6M, and 6N. You'll find these on Dream Class ships, but it's important to note that you will find family harbor staterooms on our Vista Class ships and our Excel Class ships. These are the exact same layouts, although they come with a few additional perks. So we'll talk a little more about family harbor staterooms in just a moment. Balcony staterooms are really the rooms that everyone wants to have. These are our most popular type of staterooms. In fact, once you get a client into a balcony, it's hard to get them to go back to an interior ocean view. So again, the majority of our ships are a majority of balconies. You do have the private balcony to step out and take in some ocean breezes. A lot of our guests like to enjoy a cup of coffee out on the balcony or a glass of wine. The balconies all feature 2 patio chairs and a small table, and some of the partitions will open onto other balconies. So please keep in mind they are not completely private. There is a partition, but it does give you an opportunity to step out and enjoy a nice ocean breeze. All of our standard balcony categories begin with the number 8. And just like our interior and ocean view staterooms, the letter after it, the further into the alphabet, the higher the category. So a category 8A is going to be your minimum balcony stateroom, and then it goes up from there. Most of the balcony stateroom categories start on decks 5 or deck 6. Now, the cove balconies are going to be a little lower down on the ship. So the cove balconies will be down on decks 1 and 2, and these are going to be nice, spacious rooms, just like the ocean view stateroom, plus the balcony out there. The difference in the balcony is this one is actually a balcony that is enclosed in the steel of the ship. So it's a nice cutout. The bottom portion of it is steel. It's not a see-through glass like the other balconies. But these are great rooms to have. They're closest to the waterline, great to watch as we're sailing, or great to watch as you are coming into port and docking. All of our standard cove balconies are a category 7C. Now, if you have clients that really want to spoil themselves, we do have suites available on all ships. So we've got a variety of different types of standard suites on board, starting around 340 square feet and going up from there. But the largest standard suite that we have is our captain's suite. We do also have Grand Vista suites, which would be up in the front with some spectacular views and a wraparound balcony. We've got grand suites or extended suites, which is the category ES. We also have Vista suites off the back of the ship with beautiful wraparound balconies as well, ocean suites, and then junior suites. So guests traveling in our suite accommodations are entitled to all kinds of additional perks. And those perks include priority check-in, you get priority embarkation, first access to your stateroom, priority debarkation. They also get priority dinner reservations along with confirmed main dining room assignment. We do put 2 complimentary large bottles of water in the room. They also have a nice pillow top mattress along with a pillow menu where they can order different types of pillows to use in their room, and bathrobes in the room for use throughout the cruise. So those are our standard stateroom types: interior, ocean view, balconies, and suites. Let's talk about specialty staterooms, because we've got room types out there for all types. Whether we're talking about families, people with special needs, people who enjoy the resort experience, we've got a specialty stateroom for them. Accessible staterooms. At Carnival, we really do believe that fun should be accessible to everyone. So we've got several different types of modified staterooms to accommodate guests with special needs. So if you do have a guest with mobility issues, our guest access team would be able to put them into the proper accommodation. To book the room, you would need to reach out to them at 1-800-438-6744, extension 70025, or you can also email them at access@carnival.com. Please also keep in mind, if you have clients that are sailing that are hearing impaired, seeing impaired, if they have a service dog, if there's an invisible disability, please also reach out to our guest access team and they'll make sure that we have the proper accommodations for them on board. Many of our guests like to come on board and enjoy the spa experience. So our Cloud9 Spa staterooms are going to be just for those guests. Cloud9 Spa staterooms and suites do have very specific decor in the room. So it's all spa branded decor. There's spa branded robes for use throughout the cruise. There's also spa branded amenities in there. They also have private access to get into the spa. They get unlimited use of the thermal suites and the thalassotherapy pool where available. They get priority spa reservations. They get discounts on treatments. In fact, the more treatments you do, the more discount you get. There's a lot of great perks. So these are great for people who enjoy the spa experience. Cloud9 Spa staterooms are featured on the Carnival Splendor, Dream Class, Vista Class, and Excel Class ships. And all of our Cloud9 categories end in the letter S. So S for spa. When we're talking an interior spa room, that's a 4S. An ocean view spa stateroom is a 6S. A balcony spa stateroom is an 8S. And then a spa suite would be an SS. Our family harbor staterooms are going to be featured on our Vista class ships and our Excel class ships. And just like our deluxe ocean view rooms that we talked about, these are going to be perfect for families. You'll notice that the decor in there is very nautical, and they will accommodate up to 5 people. But the nice thing about these staterooms and suites is people in the family harbor staterooms get exclusive access to the family harbor lounge. So this is an exclusive lounge. They would get in using their key card. It's down on deck 2, right where all of these rooms are. And we have breakfast in the morning for families. There's snack service throughout the day. There's milk and cookies at night. Families can gather together and play board games or watch movies. The kids can play video games. So it's a great place to gather with other families that are traveling on the cruise as well. A couple of the additional perks is kids would eat free at most of our specialty restaurants. We also offer a free evening up in our Night Owls babysitting service in Camp Ocean. So all of our family harbor categories are going to begin with the letter F. So F for families. When you see a category that starts with F, that's a family harbor stateroom. Our Havana staterooms are going to be great rooms for people who enjoy the resort experience, and they want a semi-exclusive experience as well. So the Havana staterooms come in a variety of different categories: interiors, balconies, suites. As you can see, they have a Caribbean theme to the decor in the room. The suites do have a lanai that opens up to an outdoor promenade. And the really great thing is people in Havana staterooms and suites get exclusive access to the Havana pool area. So this is an area off limits to the rest of the guests until 7 p.m. in the evening. It's a nice exclusive experience where you've got the resort style pool, you've got a bar back there, you've got attendants. We do ask that guests are at least 12 or older to book the Havana staterooms. You'll find these rooms featured on the Vista class and our Excel class ships, and all Havana categories begin with the letter H. So H for Havana. New to Carnival are our Terrazza staterooms. Terrazza staterooms will be found on our Carnival Fun Italian style ships, which are the Carnival Venezia and the Carnival Firenze. So very similar to the Havana staterooms, the Terrazza staterooms will have exclusive access to the aft portion of the ship called the Terrazza Carnival. So this will be an elegant outdoor terrace deck that will have hot tubs, bar service, and plenty of lounging space in a nice quiet atmosphere. Just like the Havana staterooms, we do ask that guests are 12 or older to book them. And all Terrazza categories begin with the letter T. So T for Terrazza. On our Excel class ships, Mardi Gras, Carnival Celebration, and Carnival Jubilee, we've introduced Carnival's first ever concierge level suites. These are our Excel suites. So on our Excel class ships, we have 32 suites in 4 different categories. They range in size from about 615 square feet all the way up to 1,120 square feet. And they come with some exclusive amenities just for people in the Excel suites. Those amenities include unlimited access to Loft 19. This is a resort within the cruise ship up on Deck 19. Only those guests booked in our Excel suites are able to access the area. They also have a dedicated concierge. They get guaranteed specialty dining and guaranteed dining reservations. Upon arrival, they will have sparkling wine and a fruit basket in their room, along with complimentary bottomless bubbles. They also get complimentary room service and complimentary laundry, along with a lot of other great perks. So these are really nice suites to sell to any of your luxury clients or anyone who is looking to elevate their cruise experience and wants that exclusive experience on board. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you for watching our video on Carnival stateroom types. Remember to complete the short quiz to complete this training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
All right, everybody ready to take the quiz? Hope you paid attention. All Carnival staterooms can hold triples and quads. True or false? All can hold triples or quads. I think that's true. Everybody agree? Which stateroom offer an additional half bath, 2 bathrooms?
I think the first one I think is false. It's the deluxe ocean view for the second one though,
Deluxe
but I
ocean.
don't think all of them have triples and quads.
Triples
Marnie.
and quads? Okay, what's
Yeah, it's false.
It's false. Got it.
Yeah.
Guests must be at least how old to sail in the Havana accommodation?
12.
Well, that's 12.
Very good. Excel suites are only featured on the Excel class ships, the Mardi Gras, Carnival Celebration, and Carnival Jubilee.
That's true.
Excel suites. And some triples or quads may require a trundle bed in order to accommodate all of the guests.
That is true.
True.
Okay, so we got false, deluxe, 12, true, and true. Try it out. 100%. Very good, guys. All right, let's go back to learning. And now we are going to do choosing the best rates. All right, let's get the best deal for our clients.
Hello, and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we'll be talking about choosing the best rates and offers for your clients. And our topics will include a pretty long list today. So we'll talk about the difference between flexible rates and restricted rates. We'll also talk about the difference in stateroom assignments versus guarantee assignments. We'll talk about some of the core fares that Carnival offers, along with tactical fares and some other common Carnival promotions that you may see. We'll also briefly touch on group rates, and then we'll talk about targeted guest offers. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, a couple things to know about Carnival's fares and offers. So we do run frequent promotions. Now, this helps create a couple things. So it creates that excitement in a limited time frame, does help generate sales because it creates that sense of urgency. Now, the offers may include everything from great rates to onboard credits to upgrades. They may also include reduced deposits. The booking windows are going to vary. You could see it running for 1 day or 2 days, 48 hours, 72 hours, or you could see it running for a little bit longer, but typically a week is going to be the longest that you see a promotion run. Now, there's a couple different types of offers that we'll go through and clarify in this module today, but the offers can either be general in nature, they can then be targeted to a specific audience, or they could be targeted to a specific guest. Now, because there are so many offers out there, it's very important to read the rules for each offer to understand what's included and to determine whether it is a flexible or a restrictive fare. Please keep in mind, I'm going to talk through a lot of different offers here, but they are not stackable. You have to choose the promotion that is best for your client. Now, many of these promotions, though, are combinable with groups and can be added into the group. Let's talk about flexible fares. Flexible fares are going to have no restrictions on them up until final payment. Once you hit final payment, then all bookings, regardless of whether they are flexible or restricted, are going to be within penalty. But flexible fares outside of final payment are going to have no restrictions. There's going to be name changes allowed up until final payment. They're going to be able to change their ship and sail date. If they happen to cancel before final payment, it is fully refundable. And again, once they are within final payment, then normal penalties apply. So once they're in final payment, there's no price protection. They're not allowed to downgrade. If they cancel, penalties would apply at that point. But it is going to be more flexible all the way up until that final payment date. So these rates, while they're more flexible, they do tend to be a slightly higher rate. Restricted fares. So restricted fares are going to be just that. They're going to be more restricted up until final payment. So flexible fares, you can really do anything with them. They're fully refundable, name changes, everything else. Restricted fares do require a non-refundable deposit or full payment, depending on what the fare is. You're not allowed to do any name changes. And if they do cancel prior to final payment, there is a penalty, typically the deposit that would be due. Now, once you book those, even if you're outside of final payment, you're not allowed to do downgrades. They're considered a cancellation. Upgrades are the only thing that really are allowed. So when we're talking about the difference between flexible and restricted, so restricted are obviously more restricted fares, but they're going to be a slightly lower rate. So comparing the two, again, make sure you're reading terms and conditions and understand whether the fare that you are booking is going to be a flexible fare or a restricted fare. Now let's talk about the difference between the assignments. So stateroom assignment, just like it sounds, it's when the promotion allows for the guest to pick their specific stateroom that suits their needs. Really, we feel that this is the best way for guest satisfaction. You qualify the guests on where they would like to be on the ship and then book them into that exact stateroom. The benefit of this is obviously they can pick staterooms that are close to friends or family. So if they're traveling as a group, you probably want to look at a stateroom assignment. They can also make sure that the stateroom they've selected has no obstructions, and they can look at the desired bedding configuration without the use of trundle beds. So if you're looking at a triple or quad, some of the rooms do require a trundle, but if they're booking a specific room, as long as the availability is there, they should be able to book into a room without a trundle. Now, guarantee assignments. So a guarantee is usually going to be a slightly lower rate than a stateroom assignment. Remember, I said with stateroom, they get to pick and they can choose on location and get their desired accommodations. A guarantee assignment is going to be that they're guaranteed to be on the ship and they're guaranteed that type of stateroom accommodation, but Carnival gets to choose their stateroom. So they may not receive a final assignment all the way up until day of sailing. There is the possibility of an upgrade. So what you'll typically see is an ocean view guarantee. That means they're guaranteed at least an ocean view, maybe higher. You might see a balcony guarantee. They're guaranteed a balcony stateroom, but it could be anywhere on the ship. There could be an upgrade that's involved. But remember, if everyone is picking their staterooms, that those guarantees may not be assigned until day of sailing, and it really is whatever inventory we have available. So if you have guests that need to be next to someone, or if they don't want to be in the front of the ship, or if they don't want an obstructed balcony, it's probably best to do a stateroom assignment. Now, again, just like I mentioned, guarantee promotions are going to be a little bit lower rate because they are giving that flexibility to Carnival to choose their stateroom. Once their stateroom is assigned, they're not able to request a different room. If they want a different room, they would have to pay for whatever that current promotion is offering a stateroom assignment. Let's talk through some of the core fares because in reality, Carnival has 3 main core fares that we offer, and our promotions flex off of these different core fares. Those include our Fun Select, our Early Saver, and our Super Saver. Now with Fun Select is going to be available on every sailing from the day the sailing opens up all the way until the sailing sells out. This is going to be a flexible rate, so remember, fully refundable up until final payment, name changes allowed, ship and sail dates changes allowed, but a fully flexible rate all the way up until final payment. Now, it's available the entire time the sailing is open. It includes a cabin assignment, so they would be able to choose their room. And typically, as long as the inventory is available, it includes a free 2-category upgrade. Now, with Fun Select, just like we were talking, it is our primary flexible fare. Like we were talking earlier, once you're in final payment, normal penalties would apply. It is combinable with groups, but it does tend to be a slightly higher rate. So for that flexibility, it's a slightly higher rate, but this is always going to be available on the sailing. Another core fare that we offer that you're going to see a lot is our Early Saver. So Early Saver is meant to reward people who book early with pricing protection. So Early Saver is the only fare that we offer that offers pricing protection within final payment. So all of the other fares out there, once you're in final payment, if there's a lower rate, there's no way for them to get that lower rate. Early Saver is the only one that offers that pricing protection. Now, because we are encouraging people to book early, it does close out early. So as soon as the sailing opens, you're going to see Early Saver available on it. And then roughly 76 to 91 days prior to the sailing, it does close out. So really within final payment, you're not going to see any Early Saver fares. But in addition for that pricing protection, there is a bit of a trade-off. So it is a restricted rate. It always requires a non-refundable deposit, which is non-transferable. That means no name changes allowed on it. So non-refundable deposit, no name changes allowed. Now this early saver, you're going to see early saver a lot, and typically it is a great rate. So it might be lower than some of the other rates out there. It is combinable with groups. A few other things I want to talk through with early saver. So I mentioned that non-refundable deposit. Non-refundable does not mean non-changeable. Now, as long as you are outside of final payment, keep in mind, once you hit final payment, standard penalties apply for every single fare. But if you are outside of final payment, that non-refundable deposit, if they have to cancel or change ship or sale date, there is a $50 per person service fee if they change ship or sale date, so they can do that. Or if they have to cancel, there's a $50 per person service fee. And then the remainder of the monies that they've put down remains in-house as a future cruise credit for up to 12 months. So they must rebook within 12 months of their cancellation date, but all is not lost if they have to cancel. Now, any changes after final payment date are subject to our standard cancellation penalties. Let's talk through names on early saver bookings because I said non-transferable. So full names are required at the time of booking. If you are unsure of a name, do not put a TBA name down because it's non-transferable, and potentially if we have to change the TBA name, you would be within penalty. So please make sure if you've got two people in a room and don't know the second person's name, put it down as a single, and then you can always add the second person later. Now, if you have any third, fourths, or fifths that will be added, again, do not book them as TBAs, but if you have to add them later on, they would be subject to the prevailing rates on the sailing. So the third core fare that you're going to find is our Super Saver. So Super Saver, early saver, remember, closes out at final payment. Super Saver is going to be available within final payment. Now this is going to be a deeply discounted rate. It's going to be even more restrictive than early saver, and it's going to be on a guaranteed stateroom. So it is a non-refundable deposit, no name changes. There's no pricing protection on this one. And if they have to cancel, we don't have the future cruise credits like we had with early saver. So Super Saver is going to be even more restrictive. It tends to be a closer in rate because it opens up once we're within final payment. So any bookings made on Super Saver are within penalty when they book. There's also no name changes and no price protection. This one is combinable with groups, but if you have our group amenity points on your group, you do have to buy them up to make sure that they get the same amenities. Now, tactical fares are going to be fares that we offer to a specific group. And these are going to be guest qualifiers that you can either search through our call center or through GoCCL. And some of the more common ones you're going to see are past guests. Obviously, they would have to have a VIFP number to book. This is going to be a general past guest offer. Typically includes a 2-category upgrade. It's a flexible rate with a cabin assignment. Now, resident offers, we might offer certain fares to guests from select states. So you will have to put their state in for this one to populate. Senior offers are going to be for guests 55 and older. And then there's a couple others that I want to talk through in a little more detail. And those include our military offers, which are flexible rates given to our veterans, active, and retired military. Also our interline rates, which are discounted rates for both airline employees, cargo company employees, and travel advisors. And then finally, Pack and Go. And Pack and Go, I'll talk through that one in a moment too. So let's talk through our military program. At Carnival, we love our members of the armed services and want to offer them a discounted rate. So military personnel can either book through a military agency. Many bases do have agencies that are still on base, but do know that they can book through any travel agency out there, non-military. So the rate is available to the United States military personnel, both active, retired, and reserves. Also applicable to Canadian National Defense personnel. They can be combined with groups, and when you combine them with groups, the amenities are included. So let's talk about the eligible personnel for our military rates. So I mentioned earlier it includes active personnel, it includes anyone that is in the reserves, anyone that is retired, and veterans. So let's define veterans a little bit more. So on the U.S. side, that's any individual who actively served in the military for at least 2 years or during a wartime period and has an honorable discharge. For Canadians, that's defined as active individuals who served at least 10 years in the military or during a wartime period and also have been honorably discharged. Few other folks in addition to the actual military personnel would be the spouses of active military personnel if their loved one has been called to duty or is stationed overseas, or any spouses of a deceased military personnel. So they would also qualify, and that could be, again, active, retired, or veterans. Now, the verification, you do have to submit some type of verification. So within 72 hours of making the reservation, as long as you're outside of 2 weeks before the sailing, or within 24 hours, if the reservation is made within 2 weeks, you have to submit some verification. So many times this is going to be something as simple as an LES, which is a leave and earnings statement. Make sure that the Social Security number and the date is blacked out, or it could be a copy of a DD-214. And again, make sure any personal information or identifying information like Social Security number and date of birth are also blacked out. That's on the U.S. military side. For our Canadian Defense members, it would be a copy of their NDI-20. And again, make sure their social insurance number and date of birth is blacked out. If there was an honorable discharge, that's a slightly different form. It's an NDI-75. Again, black out any personal information, but that verification within either 72 hours or 24 hours would need to be sent over to interline@carnival.com. Make sure that you note the booking number. We will note the booking, and no news is good news. You won't hear from us unless there's an issue. Interline rates. So interline rates are going to be for interline employees, and that really is going to be an airline employee, anyone who is part of a cargo company like UPS or FedEx, and our travel advisors out there. So it is a flexible rate. It includes both options for a cabin assignment or for a guarantee. And the interline employee is permitted to book one room for themselves and 2 additional rooms for friends and family, as long as the bookings are on the same ship and sail date. Now, you do have to submit verification for this. This is going to be one of the fares that we offer that is not combinable with groups. I want to talk a little more about the eligible employees and who is qualified to go, because I think there's always a lot of questions here. So when we're talking interline and we're talking travel advisor sailing, or even airline employees or others that qualify, so they're permitted to book one room for themselves and 2 additional rooms on the same fare for friends and family, as long as everyone is on the same ship and sail date. This is for the stateroom assignment offer. There is another offer out there that's for a guaranteed stateroom, and you will see it from time to time, but in that case, the interline employee is only able to book one room for themselves and 1 additional room for a qualified family member on the same ship and sail date. So who is a qualified family member? So if the interline employee is not able to go, you can book one room with a stateroom assignment for a family member, or you can book one room for a qualified family member in addition to you sailing under the guarantee. So when we're talking about family going, it's only on the stateroom assignment. So they can only go without you on a stateroom assignment. If you're booking the guarantee offer, then you can bring one room, but it has to be a qualified family member. So who is a qualified family member? That's immediate family. So that's husband, wife, mother, or father of the employee, or any dependent children that are 21 years or younger. Now, if somebody passes away, unlike surviving military spouses, interline does not extend if the interline employee has passed away. Now, just like our military rates, interline rates do require verification to be sent. Same time frame, within 72 hours as long as you're outside of 2 weeks prior to sailing, within 24 hours as long if you are within 2 weeks of the sailing. Now, the verification would be something on a company letterhead verifying employment. It could be a copy of the employee's photo ID. that would be like an airline employee. They could send that over. Please black out any personal information. If you are a travel advisor, that's typically going to be an IATAN card or a CLIA card. If you don't have either one of those, a letter on your agency or host company letterhead verifying that you work for them will be acceptable as well. So make sure that everything is legible when you send it over. Please make sure that you note the booking number. Just like military, no news is good news. We will note the booking, and you shouldn't have any problems unless you hear from us. Please email that over to interline@carnival.com. So same email address, both for military and interline verification. Now, pack and go is going to be different from both of those, and I kind of threw it in because I think it is a great sales offer. Pack and go is going to be done pretty close in. It's usually either within weeks of a sailing or within months of a sailing. So this is your last minute cruise offer. These are those folks who say, I want a last minute deal on Carnival. It's essentially just like our Super Saver. If you remember, I was talking through the core fares, but Pack and Go is going to be branded as such and has a list that you can find on GoCCL as well. It's a non-refundable fare. It's a guaranteed stateroom. It's a last-minute offer. There's full payment at the time of booking. It's completely non-refundable, no name changes. You can combine it with groups, but just like Super Saver, you have to buy up those amenity points. But this is going to be, when I say last-minute, highly discounted, please keep in mind that if there's only a handful of rooms, it might not be the bargain basement deal that your clients are looking for. In fact, if business is very strong, more than likely it's going to be a pretty high rate. So it's still best that people book as far in advance as possible. But Pack and Go is going to be a last minute offer. So could be a great deal, may not be a great deal, but that's the chance your clients take if they want a last minute cruise offer. Now, we do run some very common Carnival promotions that flex off of our core fares. So our early saver sales, anytime you see a reduced deposit, deposits from 50%, deposits from $50 per person, or whatever it may be, that's going to be early saver. And remember, that's the non-refundable deposit and no name changes. So it is a restrictive fare, but it's usually a really great deal. It could also include onboard credits or upgrades. We also run regular onboard credit or great rate sales. Those flex off of our Fun Select, which is going to be the most flexible fare we offer. You'll also see some limited time sales, like a 24-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour sale. Those are going to flex off of our Fun Select. We also run a month-long sale. So we want to give people who want to advertise Carnival a little bit more of a shelf life. So we always run a month-long sale, a great rate sale. That always flexes off of Fun Select as well, which again is the flexible fare. And our More Equals Merrier, which is going to be for multiple occupancy when we're looking at triples, quads, or quints, that one is also going to run from time to time and flexes off our Fun Select, which is the flexible fare. A few other fares and offers that you'll find out there, group rates. So please keep in mind, and there's a whole different module on groups, so we're not going to go too deep on this one, but groups are going to be their own fare. So it's their own rate. You have to book it as a group from the beginning. You can't take any of those other rates I talked about, book them as an individual, and then turn them into a group. It has to be booked as a group from the very beginning. So when you're booking a group, you're taking out space. That's a minimum of 8 rooms. Now that rate is a flexible rate. That means fully refundable up until final payment. Name changes are allowed up until final payment. Group rates can be requested either through our groups call center or through GoCCL. We offer amenities off of our group rates as long as there's the space available and the availability. Now, group rates do not qualify for early saver price protection. They would, again, a flexible rate all the way up until final payment. Once you're within final payment, they then follow our standard penalty guidelines. Now, many of those other rates that I mentioned, like our early saver or some of our VIFP, our past guest offers, or even our military rates are combinable with groups, but that means you have to have a group booked first and then can add that other promotion into your group with names and required deposit. Some of the other offers that you will see are our VIFP targeted offers. So remember I said at the very beginning that we offer general promotions open to everyone. We have targeted audiences like our past guest offers or our senior offers. And then we also have specific guest offers. So your VIFP targeted offers are going to be on specific past guests only available to that person. And they're going to be things like our casino offers. There's a lot of different casino offers that are specific to a past guest. It could be a promotion that includes a Wi-Fi package. It could be a promotion that includes Cheers, which is our all-inclusive beverage package. But again, it's going to be specific to that past guest. There's also some invitation to exclusive casino events. These include our premier cruises, our ultra cruises, and our elite cruises. These are all produced by our Carnival's Player Club. And again, they're by invite only and they are specific to that past guest. Another offer you're going to see that's specific to a VIFP number is our future cruise vacations. So every single guest that cruises with us does get a future cruise vacation offer. We don't do booking on board because we find that guests, they just didn't know where they wanted to go next. They're excited and they want to rebook, but they wanted to wait until they got home to figure out what their schedule looks like. So every single guest that sails with us has up to 4 weeks from their previous cruise to book this offer. And again, you would pull this up based on their VIFP number, but the offer includes a reduced deposit, 50% deposit, also up to $50 in onboard credit, a 2-category upgrade, and this is all off our early saver rate, which includes the pricing protection. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you for watching our video on understanding Carnival's fares and offers. Remember to complete this short quiz to complete your training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
You were asking about, reforms and stuff. Again, this will be available to you. But yeah, like under marketing and stuff, there's a lot of material and stuff for you for future reference, So again, you can refer back here or once, back here under the home page. Let me get there real quick. See if it'll take me back in there. But there's all kinds of here, flyers and brochures and stuff and videos and everything for training. And then again, over here. So you'll be able to refer back. Okay. All right. So let's take our test now that I got out of it. So hold on. Da, da, da. Also, those interline rates, I find sometimes that that you're better off getting like their, current specials, because a lot of times you end up getting onboard credits, less deposits, plus you'll also get the commission. So that's always good too. So always check that because interline rates are very restricted. Perfect, because there's no way to remember all this. I know. There's a lot to know. So, okay, where am I? Come on. Yeah, so like right here under the Knowledge Center deposit requirements, celebrating holidays, stuff like that before you board. So lots of information here. All right, let me find the test. Start today. Again, when I start doing all these different cruises, it's like, well, which one was that? Which one was that? So yeah, it's, you can take notes and stuff. Come on. You don't let me get out again. Come on. Okay. All right. Next, let's do our test. And quiz. All right. Why does Carnival run frequent promotions? Generate excitement, create sense of urgency, generate sales. All the above, right?
All of the
All
above.
above.
Yes.
Yeah. Which promotion rewards guests for booking early? Super Saver, Pack and Go, Early Saver, or none of the above?
Early save.
Saver.
Spouses or active military personnel called to active duty or stationed overseas are eligible for Carnival's military rates.
True.
How many staterooms must you request to be eligible for a group rate?
8.
8.
Very good. 8, true, early saver, all the above. 100%. Very good, guys. All right, we're almost done with our gold. Let's go ahead and do the last one, which is introduction to group bookings. That's where the money's at, guys.
Hello, and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we will be covering an introduction to group bookings, and our topics will include why sell groups, why Carnival. We'll talk about a couple different types of groups, and then we'll go through some of the group basics, including the group amenity program, tour conductor credits, how to customize the group, and the different payment dates for a group. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with where to find groups to start growing your business. So let's get started. So why sell groups? Groups are going to be the easiest way to start growing your customer base and increase your earnings. To say it a different way, it's a whole lot easier to sell a group of 50 cabins rather than selling 50 individual bookings. So instead of making one booking, you have the opportunity to sell multiple cabins for a particular sale date. You can also customize the group with different perks. So you'll get early booking discounts. We'll talk about that in a moment. Some flexible payment schedules, TC credits, along with group amenities and the ability to customize the group program. Now, why choose Carnival for groups? Well, put simply, Carnival does more group business than any other cruise in the industry. We are the largest and most successful cruise line in the industry and have been in business since 1972. We offer a contemporary product that really appeals to a wide range of ages and interest level. So doing a group on board Carnival is perfect because there's something for everyone. We also sail out of 14 different ports around the continental United States with a variety of different itineraries. So hopefully the ships are close by to where your group is, making it easy to get them on board. We also provide an outstanding value for all guests coming on board, and we have a very high guest satisfaction rating. So 98% is the average guest satisfaction on board. We have a dedicated team within our groups department to handle customizing if you have any specific group needs. And we make it easy to book. So you can really book and manage your groups from start to finish using GoCCL, which makes it a whole lot easier and faster to have everything right there at your fingertips. Let's talk about the different types of groups. Now, the first type of group is going to be a speculative or an open promo group. This is where you find a really good rate, maybe at a very convenient time of year. It could be spring break, it could be over a holiday, but you don't necessarily have anyone interested. You just block space and then go out and promote it. Now, we do find that the open promo groups are the least successful types of groups because you don't have a built-in audience just yet. You have to pay a lot of money to market it, whether it's through social media or through flyers or through the paper or through radio. So we do find that open promotion groups require a lot of money and tend to be your least successful type of group. The kind of groups we really like are the affinity groups. So an affinity group is going to be any type of group with something in common. So it could be everyone who goes to the same church. It could be a family reunion group. It could be members of a tennis league that are coming together. It could be a Zumba group, but it is something where all of the group members have something in common. So we do find these are the most successful type of group, and they require very little marketing dollars, if any, because you already have the built-in audience and people who have something in common and want to travel together. Now, within the affinity groups, there's a couple different types here. The first one is going to be a come-along group. A come-along group is going to be where there is a personality, whether a local or national personality, could be also on the radio, or a Pied Piper. And this is someone that people want to travel with. So this is where you book the Pied Piper, you book the personality, and they invite people to come along with them. Could also be a fitness instructor that has a very popular following. Could be a radio DJ. Another type of group is an incentive group. Now, incentive groups are fantastic groups to have because this is where a company or an organization wants to pay for everyone coming on board. It could be an insurance company, it could be a pharmaceutical company, could be a real estate company, but they are paying for everyone to come on board the cruise. The nice thing about incentive groups is the company, the person that is organizing it, typically pays with one check or one credit card, so you're not chasing down multiple payments. They also like to pull out all the stops. They like to wine and dine their group members, so they tend to do a lot of balconies. They like to add additional perks and amenities to their groups. So incentive groups are great groups to have, as well as corporate meeting groups. So this is for any company that has an annual or semi-annual meeting and is looking for something non-traditional. And I do believe, I would say at least 9 times out of 10, that a cruise is going to be a more cost-effective option than the land-based meetings. So when they come on board, they can use our lounge space as meeting space. And then everything is set up for the group. This is really a meeting planner's dream because they don't have to go through and choose menu and arrange activities. They might have to help on setting up some of the meeting times, but otherwise it is a very turnkey option, especially for a meeting planner. And then finally, fundraising groups. Carnival does have a fundraising donation option as part of our group amenity program, but fundraising groups are great for organizations who are looking for much needed funds. They are very low risk. It's a very easy option for them, but fundraising would be for any nonprofit that has the 501c3 qualification. Let's go through and talk about some group basics. So at Carnival and pretty much across the industry, a group is considered at least 8 cabins with 2 people in each room. It does have to be booked as a group from the very beginning. Now, your group allotment is going to be speculative when you take the space out, and it locks that rate in and gives you the ability to get out and promote it. The rates are then protected once you put an initial deposit down, and then you get an actual booking when you get the full per person deposits along with full names and date of births, and then it's a secured booking. The biggest advantage of a group is not going to be pricing. The pricing on a group is going to be comparable to the lowest rate at the time of booking, usually to our early saver rate, although group rates are fully refundable. But the group pricing is going to be available in a variety of categories, pretty much from an interior, a 4A, all the way up to the highest balcony, which is an 8I. Now, when you're taking out group space, it's better to block too many rooms than not enough. You might have a family that figures down to the T that they need exactly 11 rooms, but maybe they forgot about someone else. So you want to make sure you have rooms to accommodate if there's any additional people that come along. Plus, you might have the opportunity to sell other people into your group as well. So make sure you're always blocking more cabins than you need. You can always cut that space down, but you might run into scenarios further on down the road where either group space is no longer available or the rate has gone up pretty dramatically. Also, along with book more rooms than you think you need, book several categories. Remember that there's people with a variety of different budgets out there. So book a variety of category options, interior, ocean views, and balconies. You can always adjust those as you see what's selling. But if you have a group leader who tells you everyone wants interior, there might be people in that group who actually want a balcony stateroom. Now, when you're booking people within your group, you can have a combination of add-ons. So you can have a combination of air guests and cruise-only guests. You might have some with our vacation protection, some without, some with gratuities, some without. So you can have a combination of add-ons within your group. Now, when you're blocking Carnival groups, please know that group rates are protected down to one stateroom. So if you're out promoting a group and for whatever reason, only one person books, we're not going to move them out of the group and tell them, hey, they have to book at the current rates. That group rate is going to be protected. We do protect group amenities down to 5 cabins. Now, that's not for every single amenity out there, but for the majority of them, we protect them at 5 cabins.
Yes.
Let's talk through blocking some of the categories within your group here. And I want to make sure you all understand how the Carnival deck plans work. So the categories are going to start with the B categories. In most cases, like a 4B, a 6B, and an 8B are typically going to be the minimum. Anything with a 4 is an interior, anything with a 6 is an ocean view, anything with an 8 is a balcony. And then the higher the letter is into the alphabet, the higher the categories. Now there's a limited number of the A categories. So a 4A, 6A, and 8A, you might see it available for your group, although in many cases they are going to start with Bs, but you can always add those lower categories with a full per person deposit and names. Just a caution, a 1A out there is going to be the bunk bed type of room in just about all of the ships. There's a few exceptions out there, but 1A is going to be your bunk bed room. Now, all of the rooms on the ship are based on double occupancy, and there's a limited number that will hold 3, 4, or 5 people. So your group allotment that you're taking out will all be based on double occupancy. You can't hold any triples, quads, and quints, but you can always add them to your group with the full per person deposit and names. That goes for any other type of stateroom that is limited in nature. So when we're talking about suites or some of the specialty rooms like Havana staterooms or the Family Harbor staterooms, those cannot be held as part of your speculative group allotment, but they can always be added again with the full per person deposit and names. Some of our ships have a limited number of ocean view rooms because the majority of the ship is balcony. So on some ships, you cannot hold ocean view rooms as your allotment, but again, you can add them with the full per person deposit and names. Let's talk about the group amenity program. So you will hear this called a variety of different things. You'll hear it called the group amenities. You'll hear them called gap points, group amenity points. You'll also hear them called fun points, but they're all the same thing. So Carnival offers group amenity points or fun points on most of our sailings. So when you're booking a group, you will see how many points are on that sailing. The more availability and the more open the sailing is, the more amenity points there will be. Now, if it's a very high demand sailing or very limited availability that the ship is almost sold out, you may see no amenity points on there. So please know that those amenity points correspond to a list of gifts that you can give your clients or also some bonus commission opportunities. These are points that we give to you, the travel advisor, to gift to your clients. Don't take this list and give it to your client and say, hey, we have 4 amenity points. What would you like to do? Instead, choose the amenity that you think would be appropriate and present that as a gift that you'll be giving to your group. Now, with your amenity points, I mentioned that there'll be a number that are assigned to that sailing. You can always buy up to 12 amenity points. The rate goes up a minimal amount. It goes up $1 a day, a point per person. And so roughly on every 3-day cruise, every point is $3 per person. On a 4-day cruise, every point you buy up is $4 per person. On a 5-day, $5 per person, and so on. So this really gives you the ability to choose the amenities for your group, to customize it. It just gets rolled into the commissionable cruise rate that you present to your clients, but it does give you the ability to customize it, and might make sense to buy those points up to make the perks even better. Let's talk through the group tour conductor credit. So the group tour conductor credit, again, you'll hear multiple terms for it. You'll hear it called a TC credit, a tour conductor credit, a 1 for 15. They all mean the same thing. So Carnival provides 1 cruise credit for every 15 full fared guests. And again, we call this our TC credit or our tour conductor credit. Now, let me break that down for you a little bit more. So full fared guests, only first and second guests in the room are considered full fare. Do you remember I told you that a group is considered 8 rooms? So 8 rooms, 2 people in each room, that's 16 people. So you've got 15 people, and then the 16th person would get a cruise credit. Now, to figure out how many TC credits that you will earn, you take the total number of first and second guests and divide by 16. That will tell you how many tour conductor credits you will earn on the sailing. There's no cap to those TC credits. Now, to figure out the actual amount of the TC credit, it's given on the cruise rate portion. So if you look at my example below, a cruise rate is made up of 3 parts. You've got the commissionable cruise rate, the non-commissionable fees, and those two are always combined when we're advertising. So in this example, it would be $4.59 that the consumer would see. And on top of that are government taxes and fees. So all 3 of those together make up your cruise rate. When we're talking the TC credit, it is based on just the cruise rate portion alone. Now, the TC amount is going to be an average of all of the rates booked. So that means if you've got a base cruise rate of $300 for your interior staterooms, but you sell a couple suites in there that are $1,200, that's going to raise your average TC amount. Now, you don't have to figure out the amount of it. It will be calculated at final payment. And at final payment, it's basically just a credit that you can then use towards the group leader stateroom, towards your stateroom. You can use it to give everyone in the group a discount on their room. You can do onboard credits, or you can take it as additional money coming back as part of your commission. So you just tell us how you want to use the TC credit. But again, for every 15 full fared guests, the 16th guest does have a cruise credit. Let's talk about customizing the group. So we actually have an entire department called our Group Event Planning Department that handles any type of out of the ordinary cruise request. And this includes meeting space. So we can provide meeting space for groups of 20 or more. We can also customize if they have AV needs, if they wanted to do some sort of breakfast breakout or do a private luncheon, those can all be accommodated. If they wanted to do a cocktail party, event planning would also handle those. So if you do have a group that has special requests, we do need the group to be deposited, but I would email our event planning team at eventplanning@carnival.com, include all of the booking information, the group booking number, ship, sail date, how many guests you're expecting, and then provide a wish list of what the group is looking to do. Now, we do ask that the group is flexible because we have to keep in consideration the rest of the guests on board. You might have a group of 50 people coming on board, which is a fantastic size group, but we have to be cognizant that there's another 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people on board. So we do need to keep the Carnival programming in place. Typically, it's going to be easier earlier in the day to get any type of meeting space. But again, as long as the group is flexible, we're able to accommodate many of the basic meeting needs on board. Let's talk about group payments, because one of the biggest perks with groups is having a little bit of payment flexibility. Now, if you're making a booking for a guest, typically you have an option time of anywhere from an hour up to about 2 days. Now, if you're talking about blocking a group, there's no way you can get all those deposits in within an hour or within 2 days. So we do give you some payment flexibility. Now, assuming we are far enough out, when you block group space, you have 60 days to make an initial deposit of $25 per person. Now, that's what Carnival requires. I would suggest that you request a higher amount from your guests. This is really just for you, so you can get out and start your marketing. But if you are collecting more from each guest, you're going to have more space that you can hold as part of your group allotment, and you're also going to get a more serious commitment from your guests. So $25 within 60 days is all that Carnival requires of you. The second deposit is due roughly 120 to 150 days prior to the cruise, depending on the length of itinerary. This is when the full per person deposit, the amount that would be required in individual reservations, would be due. And then final payment is going to be due roughly 75 to 90 days prior to the cruise, again, depending on the length of itinerary. Let's talk through this a little bit more. So when we're talking about the $25 per person deposit, that is really only a courtesy hold on the group space. That means that you are holding those cabins, but you don't have any actual bookings. Now, if you can, I would encourage you to get the full per person deposit from your clients, because if you can get the deposit, then you can go ahead and berth your stateroom. Berthing also means selecting. So you do need full deposits and names to berth a stateroom, But once you have that, once you berth a cabin under your group, it then becomes a solid booking and you can send guests a confirmation. They can choose their dining time. They can choose their stateroom location. Anything less than the required full per person deposit is just going to be a courtesy hold. So the full per person deposits are going to run from $100 per person for the 2 to 3 day cruises, $150 per person for the 4 and 5 day cruises, $250 per person for the 6 to 9 day cruises, and then $400 per person for our longer cruises, 12 days and longer, as well as our Hawaii and Alaska cruises. So this is going to be the deposit amount that you would need to actually berth the cabin and have a cabin assignment and an actual booking number for those guests. Let's talk through berthing guests a little bit more. So when I mentioned at the beginning, when you take out group space, it's all going to be a speculative allotment and it's all going to be on a courtesy hold unless you have the full deposits. So you're not holding actual cabin numbers, you're just holding a category. So deposits are held at group level until you have the full per person deposit. Now, once you get the full per person deposit, then you can berth a cabin and they can get an actual stateroom. So this is called cabin level. So this is going to be when you assign the full names and deposits. They can choose their dining time, they can choose their cabin number, they get their own booking number as well. So what will happen is you will wind up with a group booking number and then a bunch of individual booking numbers under that group. To talk through our payment policy a little bit more. So when you block your group, you do get a group confirmation that has all of your payment dates. Remember that initial deposit date where all we're asking for is $25 per person, the full deposit, which is the amount required to berth the cabin, and then the final payment. So those dates are all spelled out on your contract. Now, the full amount is required by that option date on your contract. So if you're holding 10 staterooms, $25 per person, $50 per room, that's $500 that would be required on group level by the first deposit date. Now, if you only have 400, the system is not going to scale it down. It's an all or nothing. You have to make sure you have the full amount by the required date. This is another reason why you want to collect more than $25 per person, because if you collect a higher amount, you have more money on group level to cover that first deposit date. Now, by the second deposit date, same thing. I would make sure that you are berthing the cabins by second deposit, if not sooner. But if you're still holding any type of speculative group space on group level, you need to have the full deposits on group level or that space will disappear. Now, quick note, we keep talking about you want to get the full per person deposit and berth those guests as soon as possible. Even if you don't have enough money on group level and the whole group cancels, as long as you have berthed the cabin with the full deposit and names, that cabin is protected all the way until final payment. Now, if you try to berth a cabin with less than the full per person deposit, then it will automatically cancel and revert back to group level. But another reason why you want to make sure you are always getting full deposit or required deposit and berthing those cabins, because then they're protected even if the entire group cancels. Now, if the booking cancels, new bookings are subject to new rates, and what might happen is there may not be any space available. So make sure you don't miss those option dates. Let's talk through a few ideas to get you started here. Really, there are so many different avenues that you can pursue. If you take a look at this list, hopefully you have an opportunity to reach out to some of these. Some that jump out to me, music groups, having bands come on board are a great option. Charities and having nonprofits. Church groups are huge for Carnival. Family groups coming on board. Family reunions coming on board. Girlfriends getaways are also great. Senior groups are also a lot of fun. And then we also do weddings at sea. So start thinking about some of these options to get groups on board and to continue growing your business and growing your commission. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you for watching our video on Carnival's introduction to group bookings. Please remember to complete the short quiz to complete this training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for all your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
It always do this to me. All right. Lots of information, huh? Is anybody going to the event in LA this Saturday? Next Saturday? And the ship inspection with Norwegian. We just got our notification if you were approved. All right, last one, introduction to group bookings. So let's get this one completed. All right.
Hello, and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we will be covering an
quiz for
introduction to
group
group
booking.
bookings.
Oh,
And our
did we not do the
topics will
quiz?
include
Sorry.
Why sell groups?
Stop.
Why
Sorry.
Carnival? Module.
Thank you. Keep me in line. All right, let me go back. It showed it was done, right? Choosing group bookings. That's what oh,
We just need to
the
take the
test.
quiz for it.
Sorry. So dumb. All right. How many groups require very little marketing dollars and is the more successful type of group?
Affinity.
Affinity.
Okay, group space is blocked on a TBA guarantee basis until the full deposit is received. True or false?
True.
It's true.
A group constitutes as a minimum of how many cabins?
8.
8.
And Carnival provides one free cruise fare for every 15 full fare guests called a tour conductor credit or a TC.
True.
That's
Was it
true.
16? It's 15? Okay.
It's 15 full fare.
Okay. And blank of 25 per person must be paid by the first option date for all the space you are holding per your confirmation. First deposit of 25, second deposit, or final payment?
The first deposit.
First.
deposit.
Okay, so affinity, true, 8, true, first. Thank you guys. All right, yay, we got that one done. All right, now, so we're done with gold. Do we have the 2 optional? I think that's where we're at. So we have 2 electives we got to do. All right, so let's check that out. So down here's the electives. Do you want to just start at the beginning or anybody, you want to pick something?
Wait a minute. Where are you at?
We have to do 2 electives. So the
I say
electives
start at the beginning.
on the bottom. Yeah, let's just start at
that's
the beginning.
easiest.
Okay. Do you see it? So we were on gold, but the electives are down under diamond. You got that? So we're going to do, yeah, the electives. We have 2 electives we have to complete. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the Mardi Gras.
Jumpstart the season and find your
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody.
Hello, and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In this training, we will be covering Carnival's first Excel class ship, Mardi Gras. In this module, we'll discuss a historic name for a groundbreaking ship, Mardi Gras overview. We'll discuss the 6 amazing fun zones on board, our staterooms, and itineraries.
But before we start that, we have to go all the way back to the very beginning. So this is Ted Arison, and he's the founder of Carnival Cruise Line. Now, back in 1972, when Ted started the company, cruising wasn't necessarily what it is today. It was more of a means of transportation. It was something for people with money, and it wasn't necessarily a destination. But Ted was really a visionary and saw an opportunity to make cruising a vacation experience, not just for the wealthy, and to make it a destination in and of itself. So Ted came across a struggling cruise line named the Canadian Pacific Line, and he had his eyes on this ship, which was relatively new. It was 12 years old, which was a pretty new ship back then. So the ship was called the Empress of Canada. It was right around 27,000 gross registered tons and held about 700 guests. So Ted bought the Empress of Canada, and with a very short timeline and small budget, turned it into the very first Carnival Cruise Line ship named Mardi Gras. In 1972, the funny thing is, Carnival wasn't known as the Fun Ships. We were known as Carnival Cruise Lines, the Golden Fleet. This is actually kind of funny because the joke is it wasn't a fleet, nor was it golden. It was actually just one old refurbished ocean liner. So back on March 11th in 1972, we had our inaugural cruise out of Port Miami on a cruise down to San Juan. Carnival actually made a big splash that day because we were cruising out and didn't take the tides into account and ran aground on one of the sandbars in Key Biscayne. So the media helicopter circled for 24 hours and it led the evening news. And someone had the brilliant idea to go ahead and open the bars while we were stuck on that sandbar, and everyone had a pretty good time. And that's really where the whole fun ship cruising idea began, that cruising could be a destination and it could be something fun. So we did eventually make it off of that sandbar with the help of some tugs and the tides coming back in, and cruised down to San Juan, and we have been cruising ever since. So Mardi Gras truly was a groundbreaking ship, not only for Carnival Cruise Line, but for the entire cruise industry.
And now we introduce to you the new Mardi Gras. Since that original Mardi Gras was such a groundbreaking, an icon of a ship, we decided to bring the name back for the first ship of our newest class of ship, Excel Class, to signify just how groundbreaking and innovative this is. Mardi Gras is the largest ship in our fleet and the first of 3 ships in our new Excel Class. We feature the first ever roller coaster at sea, Bolt Ultimate Sea Coaster, which goes up to 40 miles an hour. We also have a new waterworks design with 3 new thrilling slides and even an expanded sports square. Our Mardi Gras is the first North American ship powered by liquid natural gas. She cruises to the Caribbean year-round out of Port Canaveral, and she started sailing in 2021. Her full guest occupancy is 6,630 guests, and she has a total guest stateroom count of 2,641, of which 82 of these rooms are accessible.
Now, when we're talking Mardi Gras in our Excel Class series, we do have 6 different distinct zones on board. So as guests enter Mardi Gras, they're going to walk into Grand Central, which is an atrium unlike anything you've seen before. So it's 3 levels high with these floor-to-ceiling windows off the starboard side of the ship, which offer some spectacular ocean views. This is a great area for sitting, relaxing. We also do a lot of entertainment in this area. At nighttime, there are large LED panels that drop down, and we do shows in the evening with amazing graphics. In fact, we've got some amazing aerial shows that feature lasers and all kinds of great special effects at night. We even play Family Feud on board here in Grand Central, so there's no shortage of entertainment that you'll find here in Grand Central.
And in Grand Central, right off of this zone, you will find a commemorative relief showing original Mardi Gras and the new Mardi Gras. The ship's ceremonial coins are also displayed here, and this is a great place on board for those picture-taking opportunities to post to Instagram. And Java Blue Cafe is also featured here in Grand Central. This is a wonderful place to just take in the beautiful sights there in Grand Central, maybe get a specialty coffee. We serve up some delicious desserts such as cakes and cupcakes, cookies, a variety of pastries. Punchliner Comedy Club is where we will feature 2 different comedians.
Yes.
All of our performers are established comedians as well as rising stars. And we do offer early evening shows, which features fun for the whole family, while the later performances typically feature adult-oriented comedy. This is also where you'll find our Mardi Gras Theater. This is our main show lounge, and this is where we show our playlist production shows, which are absolutely fantastic. This is also where our cruise director will have talks and seminars. There are plenty of audience participation games like our love and marriage games, and we even feature dance classes.
Now, if we're talking entertainment, we can't forget to talk about the casino. So Mardi Gras does feature one of our largest casinos at sea. So this is a full casino that opens once you get out into international waters. And we're talking slots, we're talking all the table games like Caribbean stud poker, blackjack, roulette, craps, Texas Hold'em tables. Our guests love the casino on board.
This is also the area that you'll find our delicious bonsai teppanyaki and bonsai sushi. Now, bonsai teppanyaki is open for lunch on sea days and also dinner time with 3 seatings. Bonsai teppanyaki features full service. It's a wide-ranging menu with delicious delicacies from the Far East prepared by our chefs in custom-built stations that form the center of the venue's 3 10-seat cedar tables. Reservations are recommended for this, but we also do accept walk-ins.
So in addition to all of the new great dining and bar options on board Mardi Gras, we do have a few guest favorites as well. So this is our Alchemy Bar. Our Alchemy Bar is a great place to meet up either before dinner or after dinner. It's always a lot of fun. It's made to look like a vintage pharmacy, and our bartenders all wear white lab coats, and they mix up prescriptions for whatever ails you. So they're really fun mixologists, and you can either order off the menu or they can create something just custom for you. Another guest favorite that we've taken to new levels on Mardi Gras is Fahrenheit 555. This is our steakhouse on board. So it includes made-to-order dishes like your surf and turf, lamb, shrimp, chicken. There is a nominal fee for it. And we do recommend that you make reservations in advance because it does fill up pretty quickly. And we also recommend that you make reservations pretty early in the cruise and early in the evening because, 1, you will want to go back for another meal, and 2, it is a fantastic leisurely meal. So plan for about 2 to 2.5 hours for your meal at Fahrenheit 555.
One of our most incredible fun zones on Mardi Gras is our French Quarter zone, which, as you can see, is themed after the Big Easy. So everything has a New Orleans theme on board in this zone. You will find that here in Brass Magnolia, this is where we have our live jazz and blues music. You can sit at the bar and just grab a cocktail, such as a New Orleans style Sazerac whiskey cocktail, or maybe a Hurricane. This is also where you'll find our fortune teller bar. Think of this as a bar similar to Alchemy with Insta-worthy cocktails, however, with a bit of a New Orleans twist. So again, a great bar to just enjoy some delicious Insta-worthy cocktails with friends and family. And we can't forget about Emerald's Bistro 1396. So most of you may know we have a partnership with Emerald Lagasse, and we featured his first ever restaurant at sea on our Mardi Gras with this bistro. It is absolutely fabulous. It is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we serve up some delicious Cajun Creole cuisine, such as shrimp and grits for breakfast. We also have Bananas Foster crepes. We have red beans and rice and Natchitoches meat pies, and gumbo is served. And then at dinner, maybe you want to finish up your dinner with a Bananas Foster dessert. This is an a la carte restaurant, so you just order off the menu. And again, it is absolutely delicious.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. But if you keep heading on a little further aft on the ship from the French Quarter, you are going to find Carnival Kitchen. So Carnival Kitchen offers a variety of different cooking classes, everything from Carnival Classics to Italian to tailgating foods to smoking and grilling classes. So you cook along with your fellow chefs, all under the instruction of one of our master chefs. Prepare the meal, and then on the other side of the room, there's a whole table where you get to sit down with the rest of your fellow chefs and enjoy the meal that you just prepared. This is hugely popular on board. You do have to make reservations. There is a nominal cost, and it depends on which class, on what the cost is. Please make sure your guests stop by when they're sailing on Mardi Gras, because it is such a great experience and such a fun way to make memories when they're sailing Carnival.
You know, one of the best things about our Excel class ships, such as Mardi Gras, are just the variety of options when it comes to entertainment and certainly when it comes to food. There are so many options for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between that are all totally complimentary and included in your cruise fare. We have 2 beautifully appointed restaurants on Mardi Gras that offer up the sit-down dining experience for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also have our Sea Day brunch, which is held in here, and our afternoon tea time, as well as our green eggs and ham, Dr. Seuss breakfast. Now, in these 2 restaurants, we offer a variety of seating times. We do have our traditional seating times, so either the early seating or the late seating. You can also opt for the open seating, which gives you the option to eat whenever you like on board between 5:45 p.m. and about 9:30, if that's what you prefer. So it's great because some of our guests do still enjoy the traditional seating times, and then others want that flexibility throughout their cruise.
As we're going through talking about the different zones in Mardi Gras, another fantastic zone you'll find on board is La Piazza. So most of Carnival's officers and captains are all Italian, so we wanted to pay homage to our Italian heritage. La Piazza has all kinds of fantastic little Insta-worthy touches that are fun, and you'll find them along the way. One is a Vespa scooter that is great for taking pictures and posting on social media. You'll also find this 1972 Fiat from the year that Carnival Cruise Line was founded and the date of the original Mardi Gras launch. Another feature you will find in La Piazza is our pizzeria. So boy, do our guests love pizza. Pizzeria del Capitano is open the majority of the day from 9 a.m. until 4 a.m. So if you wanted to stop by for lunch, dinner, a late night snack, or possibly even breakfast, you can get your handmade complimentary Italian style thin crust pizzas here. They're all made in a traditional oven, and this is a fantastic place if you just want a meal or want a quick bite of pizza throughout the day. Also, just like you would find in an Italian courtyard, we do have Bar della Rosa, which is like a quaint Italian bar or cafe that you would find along the way. So you can stop in here and get either a specialty coffee like an espresso or a macchiato, or you can get a signature Italian drink like an Aperol Spritz or Negroni or Bellini. We also have a selection of fine Italian wines here. And with both indoor and outdoor seating, it is a great place to sit and take in the promenade and watch people in La Piazza. And then finally, within La Piazza, you will find our Italian restaurant. So this is Cucina del Capitano. We do feature this on other ships, but this is an expanded version on Mardi Gras. So it is open for lunch on sea days and dinner. On Mardi Gras, we do offer this as a complimentary dining venue in the evening. It's an alternative to our main dining rooms. So the menu in here is all based on recipes from our Italian officers and captains and their family. It is a nice sit-down service. And the great thing is not only do you have the indoor seating with a beautiful Italian artwork in here and photos of our captains from around the fleet, but you also have beautiful outdoor alfresco seating where if you wanted to sit and enjoy your Italian meal with a sea breeze, you have that option as well. So La Piazza is for all of our Italian fans who want to stop by and enjoy a little bit of La Dolce Vita.
Our Limelight Lounge is a fantastic place that really comes alive, especially in the evenings. This is where we feature a large dance floor, so this is where you can dance the night away. We also feature live music in here throughout the day and in the evenings. This is where our karaoke is held. It's a great multi-purpose space on board Mardi Gras, and this is where you can find a whole lot of fun.
Also in the zone, you will find Rudy's Sea Grill. So Rudy's Sea Grill is a new concept just for Mardi Gras and our Excel class ships. So this is featuring seafood selections from Rudy Soderman, who for many years has been the chef for Holland America line. Rudy brings his fun and beautiful presentations to Mardi Gras. It is a fantastic meal. It is a nominal cost, and you do have to make reservations. But if you are a seafood lover, this is definitely the place to go. And for those people who don't eat seafood, there are a couple land options on the menu as well.
Summer Landing has proved to be one of our guests' favorite spots to chill out on board. There are plenty of loungers out here. We have an infinity tides pool, which you see, some hot tubs, and again, just a beautiful patio area with some great places to just kick back, relax, and enjoy time with your friends and family. And a great part about this summer landing zone is you can walk right into Guy's Pig and Anchor Barbecue, Smokehouse, and Brew House. We are open here for breakfast, lunch on sea days, and also dinner. We feature a complimentary menu on those sea days at lunchtime. And this is where you can find some of the best barbecue. We have pulled pork and barbecue chicken, ribs, and some delicious sides and desserts. In the evenings, we also feature an extended menu where you can order off of that menu a la carte. And if you start to get thirsty, you are in the right place because this is also where our Guy's Pig and Anchor Brew House is. So we do serve up our own beer that is exclusive to Carnival that we actually do brew right here on board. So it's also a great place to do a beer tasting and again, just enjoy some delicious barbecue cuisine in this spot as well.
This is our Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge. So Carnival carries more members of the armed services than any other cruise line, and we really wanted to pay homage to the men and women of the armed services. So this is a lounge dedicated to them. You'll find memorabilia from all the different branches featured around the room. You will also find a selection of specialty themed drinks in here. And if you purchase a pint of beer in one of the signature Operation Homefront glasses, you'll get to take that glass home, and a donation will be made to Operation Homefront that supports our men and women of the armed services and their families back home. Heroes is a great lounge and has quickly become a guest favorite. And in addition to featuring our Heroes Tribute Lounge, we do have a military appreciation gathering on every single sailing. Guests will just need to check the fun times for it, but it is an open invitation to anyone who has served, anyone who has had family that served, or anyone who just loves our military to attend.
Lido Deck on Mardi Gras is absolutely phenomenal. As you know, all of our fun ships have this great space on Lido where guests gather, they dance, they meet up with friends. We have our pools and our hot tubs, and again, great places to just kick back, listen to some lovely calypso music, and soak in that beautiful weather as you're cruising to the Caribbean.
And while you're sitting out there on Lido Deck, be sure to check out our Seaside Theater. So this is a large LED outdoor screen, can be seen in the daytime. We do a lot of different events here. We feature concerts. We might have sporting events up here. We do a morning show hosted by the cruise director. Also in the evening, we do our dive-in movies, and these are first-run movies where you can sit and enjoy the movie under the stars from your lounge chair or even from the pool or a hot tub. There are drink specials for the evening along with popcorn. So it's a fun place for families and anyone who's looking for some entertainment under the stars to gather in the evenings.
On Mardi Gras, we expanded upon our Red Frog bar concept, and we expanded this to a 2-level tiki hut. This is a super fun space. It is South Pacific inspired, and it's really turned into a guest favorite spot. Of course, we feature a lot of rum-based cocktails here. We creatively present them in pineapples and also even some souvenir tiki glasses that you can take home.
On Lido, there is no shortage of dining options and fun. And one of the newest, most fun restaurants on board is Big Chicken. This is a partnership with our CFO, our Chief Fun Officer, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. So this is open for breakfast and lunch until 5 p.m. We actually serve breakfast all day long. So if you wanted to stop by and get your chicken biscuit or omelet, that would be available. But Shack has a variety of different sandwiches. So stop by and get your chicken sandwich or your chicken tenders along with some delicious fries and a jalapeno coleslaw. So it's quickly becoming a guest favorite on board.
We introduced Street Eats on Mardi Gras, and this is a fabulous place right there on Lido Deck. Great place to just grab some handheld foods. This is all complimentary on this side. So we have kind of an ever-changing food truck inspired stations. We have Steam Dream, which specializes in all things steam, such as bao buns and pot stickers. We also have our Mad Sizzle, where you can grab maybe a chicken kebab or a steak kebab, and then also Time Fries, which serves up decadent fries loaded with all kinds of culinary creations, such as cheesesteak fries.
Now, we can't talk about a Carnival Lido Deck without a Guy's Burger joint. And this one has one of the largest Guy's Burger joint at sea. So Guy's Burger Joint is a partnership with Guy Fieri, who is a Food Network personality, guest favorite, and I will tell you, hands down, best burger at sea. These are complimentary burgers. They're made to order with a full toppings bar, and this place is popular. This is open for lunch until 6 p.m., and I will tell you, our guests love a Guy's Burger.
Blue Iguana Cantina is also one of our guests' favorite places to eat. The best part about Blue Iguana Cantina on board is that it is open for both breakfast and lunch. So this is totally included in your cruise fare. It's a complimentary dining venue featuring freshly made tacos, burritos with homemade tortillas, and one guest favorite that a lot of people talk about are breakfast burritos, which are served up here. They're quick, they're easy, and they're absolutely delicious.
Now, as we round out the 6 different zones on board, we have to talk about the ultimate playground. The ultimate playground is the ultimate place for fun, family-friendly play. It's highlighted by our waterworks, our largest waterworks at sea, along with an expanded sports square and the much anticipated Bolt, which is the first ever roller coaster at sea. So as part of the ultimate playground, you do have Sports Square. So Sports Square encompasses Sky Track, which is a padded jogging track, Sky Court, which is a multi-purpose basketball court. It can also be converted to play volleyball or pickleball. You also have Sky Course, which is a ropes course where you're suspended nearly 150 feet above sea, 600 feet long, with 2 different courses, an easy one and a more advanced one. You also have a miniature golf course here called Sky Greens, our largest waterworks at sea. This features 3 different slides. You've got the Twister water slide. You have Blue Lightning, which is a long tube slide where you ride on a mat, along with Orange Thunder, where you stand in a capsule and it drops you 220 feet down a long slide into the splash zone.
The highlight of the ultimate playground is certainly the first ever roller coaster at sea, Bolt Ultimate Sea Coaster. This is a sea coaster that has a 800-foot-long track, and it goes up to 40 miles an hour. The fun part about this roller coaster is not just the speed, but it's also a 2-seater. So you can grab your favorite cruise BFF and join them on a lap or 2 around Bolt Ultimate Sea Coaster. There is a nominal cost to ride, and this can easily be secured through your Hub app once on board.
After you've done all that exploring on the ship, I'm sure you want to be able to retire to your comfy home away from home. And Mardi Gras features 28 different types of rooms, and these include your standard interior ocean view balconies and suites. Now, Mardi Gras is over 70% balcony or ocean view staterooms, and we do feature over 300 pairs of connecting staterooms, which makes it perfect for large families or group sailing. With Mardi Gras, we actually worked with a new design firm, so you'll notice that there's a beautiful contemporary look to all of the staterooms. A few of the new touches that you will find is the floor-to-ceiling glass sliding doors that actually slide rather than opening into the room. You have sofas that will flip into a bed and an ottoman for additional storage. We actually put USB connections on the vanity next to the bed, as well as on the vanity where the mirror is. You'll find that there's in the closet, there's plenty of storage space and features pull-out bins. There's a sliding shoe rack and shelves for folded clothes and plenty of room for your luggage to go under the bed. Now, in the bathrooms, you're going to find a lot of nice new touches as well, including glass shower doors, which is a first for Carnival versus having the shower curtain in there as well. So a lot of nice touches in all of our staterooms on Mardi Gras.
The best part about our Cloud9 Spa on board Mardi Gras is not just our Cloud9 Spa facilities, but also those beautifully appointed Cloud9 Spa staterooms. So as part of our Cloud9 Spa on deck 5 and 6, we feature 115 staterooms and also 6 suites that are Cloud9 Spa staterooms. These Cloud9 Spa staterooms are on deck 5. Those are actually adjacent to our Cloud9 Spa. And then, of course, the Cloud9 Spa accommodations on deck 17 have an exclusive access elevator that will take them down directly to the spa. When guests are booked in a Cloud9 Spa, they get priority spa appointments for reservations that are made by 6 p.m. on embarkation day. They also get a pass to all of the thermal suites that are on board, plus a complimentary pathway to yoga or pathway to Pilates fitness class. You get spa-branded bathrobes and slippers to be used during your cruise. You also get Elemis shampoo and gel soap, which is right there in your stateroom to be used, and discounts on signature spa treatment packages. If you're booked in a Cloud9 Spa stateroom, you have exclusive access to our thermal suites, including our large hot tub spa, which you see right here on the screen. And again, those loungers are fabulous. They're actually tiled loungers that are heated, and a lot of our guests just enjoy spending time in here to melt away any stress.
Another type of specialty stateroom you'll find on Mardi Gras is our family harbor staterooms. So Carnival Cruise Line carries more families and more kids than any other cruise line out there, and we wanted to have a dedicated family zone. So you'll find that down on deck 4 midship, where all of our family harbor accommodations are located. So these rooms come in a variety of different types of rooms, from interior to deluxe ocean view to cove balconies and suites. They all have a nautical flag theme to them, and many of the rooms will hold up to 5 people. But one of the great benefits of staying in the Family Harbor stateroom is they have exclusive access to the Family Harbor Lounge. So this is a lounge that's located, again, down on deck 4, right in the middle of those Family Harbor staterooms, and it's a place for families to go and hang out. They can play board games, they can watch movies, there's video games in there. We also do a continental breakfast buffet on port days where they can grab some breakfast. We do afternoon snacks. In the evening, we do cookies and milk, which is a lot of fun for families. But again, it's a place for families to connect with each other and with other families staying in the same area. Also down on deck 4, close to the families, you'll find Dr. Seuss Bookville. This is a Dr. Seuss themed reading and play lounge for families to come and gather and enjoy some time together. You'll also find Camp Ocean down here. This is our complimentary kids program for kids aged 2 to 11 years old. We actually divide them into 3 different groups. 2 to 5 are the penguins, 6 to 8 are the stingrays, 9 to 11 are the sharks, and this is not babysitting. This is an interactive camp, again, complimentary, where the kids are doing all kinds of fun activities and arts and crafts and scavenger hunts. This runs until 10 o'clock at night, and then after 10 o'clock, we do our Night Owls program. So this is our babysitting program. There is a nominal cost for it, and it runs from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. in the mornings. Now, we didn't want to forget about the other kids. So the 12 to 14-year-olds, the tweens, we gave them their own lounge to hang out in with their own activities director, and they are out and about having fun with kids their age, and it's a program just for them. We also wanted to make sure the 15 to 17-year-olds weren't left out, so we gave them their own lounge, Club 02. So Club 02 is open for those teens. Again, they have their own dedicated activities director and a lot of activities going on throughout the day and into the evening. They can also spend some time hanging out with other teens, watching movies, or playing video games as well.
Our Havana staterooms on Mardi Gras are absolutely beautiful. And we have them in a variety of cabin categories. We feature 98 Havana staterooms in total on Mardi Gras. Now, children must be 12 years of age or older to cruise in a Havana accommodation. Guests that are booked in a Havana stateroom have exclusive access to our Havana pool area, which again on Mardi Gras is absolutely lovely. It's located forward on deck 8. This features an open air deck. There is a pool back there, and of course, some great bar service. The Havana bar serves up traditional cocktails. It transforms, especially in the evenings, into a sizzling Latin dance nightclub. It is open to all guests, both daytime and nighttime. And again, this is where you'll get some of the best mojitos on board and some other delicious Cuban cocktails, Cuban coffee, and even Cuban sodas.
Now, rounding out our types of rooms on Mardi Gras, we introduced with Mardi Gras our Excel Suite. So this is a new premium suite level for Carnival Cruise Line. We feature 32 Excel Suites in 4 different categories, and they range from roughly 615 square feet up to about 1,120 square feet. So they are nice size rooms, and they are concierge level. So all of the suites, all of our Excel suites on board Mardi Gras include an amenity package that includes priority boarding and debarkation. You also get priority main dining room seating. You get some plush robes and bottled water upon your arrival, along with a lot of other great amenities, such as a dedicated concierge phone line. You get unlimited access to Loft 19, which we'll talk about in a moment. You also get guaranteed specialty dining. They receive a complimentary bottomless bubble soda package, complimentary room service, and complimentary laundry throughout the cruise.
Nice.
They'll also be greeted with a bottle of sparkling wine and fresh fruit, and they get some nice upgraded bathroom amenities along with many other nice perks. Now, we talked about how wonderful all of the Excel suites are and some of the perks that come with it. One of the best perks is they do get exclusive access to Loft 19, which is a brand new concept for Carnival Cruise Line. This is a secluded retreat that's modeled after a lot of the world's finest resorts. So you'll find this has full bar service, a private pool with plenty of sun loungers, and anyone who is booked in one of the Excel staterooms has exclusive access to this area. Now, in addition to the loungers up here, there are cabanas that are available for rent. The cabanas are fully stocked with beverages. They have plush robes in there. There's chilled towels. You get fresh fruit. You have an attendant who will bring lunch to you. So you've got that concierge service. Anyone who's in an Excel stateroom, they are able to book the cabanas in advance, either by the day or for the week. And then if there are any left over on board, other guests on board are able to book those. So those are the only ways to get up to Loft 19, is either by being in an Excel stateroom or booking one of these cabanas.
All of our ships feature a wonderful adult-only Serenity area, which is a special place on board for guests that are only 21 and up. So it's a little bit more secluded, more private, and just a great place to relax and enjoy your time. Now, Mardi Gras, of course, features a really special Serenity adult-only retreat. It is a larger space with more seating areas, as you can see, and in addition to that, it even features a pool. This deck is open from 8 in the morning to 9 p.m. every single day of the cruise.
Now, a ship as fantastic as Mardi Gras has to have an equally fantastic terminal to sail out of. So Mardi Gras is sailing year-round from Port Canaveral, and Port Canaveral custom built a brand new cruise terminal just for Mardi Gras. So it was purpose-built because Mardi Gras is and was America's first LNG cruise ship. So that, again, that's liquefied natural gas. So it had to be a special configuration for the port. So Port Canaveral spent over $155 million to build one of the largest cruise terminals in North America with plenty of parking. This terminal is a smart terminal, so it makes it easy to get on board. The goal is 15 minutes car to bar. And if you do have to wait any longer than that inside the terminal, there's plenty of seating and lots of photo opportunities as well.
So not only is Mardi Gras an incredible ship, but she also offers some wonderful itineraries. Again, she sails year round out of that new terminal facility right in Port Canaveral, and she sails for 7 days, again, year round departures to both the Eastern and exotic Western. So her 7 day Eastern Caribbean itinerary goes to Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, Grand Turk, and Nassau. And her 7 day exotic Western Caribbean itinerary goes to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Mahogany Bay, Isla Roatan, Honduras.
We hope that this module has been helpful to learn about Carnival's Excel class ship, Mardi Gras, and all of the fantastic onboard features. Please feel free to scan the QR code on your screen to pull up an e-brochure with details on the Mardi Gras that we just discussed.
Just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you for watching our video on our groundbreaking Excel class ship Mardi Gras. Now remember to complete the short quiz to complete this training. For more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
So I don't know if anybody's going on the convention cruise and stuff, but they're supposed to be releasing them, I think, next week. But I requested the Cloud9. When we went on a Carnival cruise one time, we got our upgraded to Cloud9 level, and you get to go into the spa and do those thermal suites and the spa and the steam room and the whirlpool and stuff just because you're on the spa level. You didn't have to pay extra for it. So just wanted to share that if you guys are going on a a Carnival cruise, always, pay that little extra to upgrade to that level. It's Cloud9. And then you get the perks of the spa. Of course, you're not getting the massages and all that stuff, but you get to use the thermal beds, laying there watching the water, and like I said, the steam rooms, the saunas, etc. We went every day. So take advantage of that. All right, hopefully this will load. Come on, come on. Louisa. And I'm not going to skip and play it over. Oh my gosh. All right, let me go here. Let me close some of these out. There we go. Anybody else getting this?
No.
Okay. Fresh. Come on. I think it's tired. It's 2 hours. It's like, okay, I'm done for the day. Dang, sorry guys. Oops. Close that out. Okay. All right, let's do our quiz. Mardi Gras is the largest ship in our fleet, weighing a gross tonnage of 180,800 and measuring 1,130 feet in length.
True.
And how many rooms or how many zones are on board the Mardi Gras?
6.
Very good. All right. True and 6. Congratulations. All right. So do you want to do one more and finish off our gold or start it next Friday?
Complete.
Complete it? Okay. Let's check. Let's see if we can find a short one, just because. Let's see the VIP. Let's see if this one. 21 minutes.
Hello.
I'm just trying to see if we have one for like 10 minutes or something. Oh. Okay. Birthing a stateroom, click here for PDF. Okay. So here, birthing a stateroom, you want to do that one? It looks real quick. We just have to go through the slides, the PowerPoint slides, and then take the quiz.
Yes.
Okay.
This is on the elective.
Electives, yes.
And what's the name of it?
Birthing a guest stateroom.
Okay.
Okay, and then you click on the PowerPoint. So quick tips for birthing a stateroom. At the completion of this training, you'll understand how to add qualifiers to view offers while birthing, view and send a quick quote to your clients, and confirm a stateroom within a group booking. So you can, search for group bookings by, and this will probably be a test question, group booking number, ship and sale date, or a date range. So you have all those options to search it. How to birth guests in group booking display. Okay, so click birth guests. Group booking. Down here, birth guests, okay. Select offer code. All right. So view available offers on the group based on guest count and qualifiers. Stateroom guest count and guest qualifiers can be updated. Look up or enter a VIFP number to see special offers for your client. Always try to get that if they have it, because again, they get all different specials. Offers with group allotment held will have a green group offer label. Each offer will have the best available pricing for each stateroom type. NA means there's no staterooms available within the stateroom type for the number of guests selected. So as you see, not available here, but they do have interior there. Click on the information for an at-a-glance view of the included benefits and fine print. So again, as you see there, a red tag will spotlight when pricing is a VIFP offer. All right, so I don't see any red flags there. Select an offer by clicking on the price and then click continue, or select up to 3 offers to compare. So then when you compare all 3, okay, compare offers will display the lead price for each stateroom type, expand the stateroom type to see available stateroom categories and their price under each offer. Select details to view the included benefits and fine print for that stateroom category. Okay, so there's the 3 that they're showing. View and compare same type benefits, details listed on the same row, and a red tag will spotlight when pricing is a VIP offer. Select the category. So list of available categories on a sailing based on guest count and offer selected. So birthing from the group offer will display those categories held in the group as shown in this example, and birthing from the sailing rates will display all available categories. Each category will have the price and select category button, and then each category will have an at-glance view of included benefits, and select the category, click continue, and get a quote by clicking quick quote right there. View, create, and send a quick quote over. View a complete quote for your clients by adding Carnival vacation protection and gratuities. Review totals, commission information, and offer details of included benefits and fine print. And then create a quote for clients by selecting Guest View. Guest View does not include the commission details, so you don't want to send your commission over, right? Email the quote to your client by entering their email address. All right, select a stateroom. So available staterooms on sailings based on guest count and category selected. Select stateroom via stateroom map or stateroom list. Stateroom map, see the staterooms by ship select section. Hover over the stateroom of the map to see the stateroom details and select the stateroom button. Stateroom list, recommended to view guarantee staterooms. Okay, so you have a list and a map. View more availability by selecting a different deck and or ship section. So again, either the back, the middle, or the front. Stateroom preferences allows to filter for connecting staterooms and then select stateroom and click continue. Guest information, form for all guests in the stateroom. Expand special request section if the client has medical needs or special occasions to celebrate. Always put that because sometimes they decorate the room and stuff. Select to add Carnival protection, vacation protection, and gratuities. Enter information for all guests. Click continue to review. So again, I always include everything, and then if they want to take it off, they can take it off. Review and book, review guests and pricing information as well as payment schedule for the booking, accept Carnival's legal notices, conditions, and policies to confirm booking by selecting make a payment to process a payment on the new booking, or hold option, confirm to create a new booking and view the booking confirmation. Okay, booking confirmation will display all booking details and provide options to modify the booking. View booking details on agent view or guest view. Agent view includes commission information. The send confirmation button provides the ability to send a client a booking confirmation, and then clicking the group booking number at the top of the page below the group individual booking, it will take you back to group booking display. Thank you for your continued support. And now we will take the test. So go back out. Okay. So let me see. Okay. Quiz now. From which page do you birth guests into a stateroom? Group booking display page, modified booking page, payment summary page, or group sailing search page? Birth guests. I would probably say maybe group booking. What do you guys think?
I think the group booking as well.
Okay, let's try it. After reviewing the details of the booking and agreeing to the terms and conditions of the booking, select the following button: send confirmation, agent view, make payment, or guest view. After reviewing terms and conditions, select the following. Maybe agent view? I don't know. After reviewing the details and agreeing to the terms, or send confirmation.
Would you want to do the agent view to look at it?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Because you want to view it
View it
and see
first,
it's all
just to make
correct.
sure,
Right.
right?
I think it's the guest view because you're gonna send them the quote, so you'll see what they're gonna see.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Okay, well, we'll try this and see. True or false? When selecting a category, you will see the lead rate per meta category on the page. I think that's true, right? Shows what the pricing is.
That would
Yes.
seem right. Yeah.
Category. What's the maximum number of offer codes that you can compare?
Was it 3?
I think so. All right. So anybody else want to add to this? Do we want guest view, agent view, send confirmation? All right, let's see what we got. Come on. Okay, so we missed one, so it was probably that one, but I don't know. I've been awarded 2 points. I just wonder which one it was. Let's
Well,
try.
I went with agent view and you guys went with guest view and I got 75. So maybe it's either to make a payment or send confirm. I don't know, make a
Right, send
payment to
confirmation.
hold it.
Let's see. Group booking, send confirmation, true, and 3.
Marnie,
Yes.
it's Ed Castle.
Hi.
There's a possibility, I'm thinking, the first one could be modified booking page.
Oh, versus, okay.
Versus group booking display page.
Okay. That could be too.
I'm
Well,
not positive.
good. Okay. Did anybody get 100?
It's not letting you resubmit.
It's not letting me redo, but at least we passed. Did everybody pass? Hopefully. So we've completed our gold. Yay, yay, yay. All right. So we've got platinum and diamond. I think we'll probably need another 2 days for that. So hopefully we'll start back next Friday, get our platinum done. Wonder, does it show, did we get a certificate? Sometimes you get an email. I didn't get an email yet. So let's see if we got a. Okay, there's our courses that we took. Does it show anywhere a certificate or anything? So, all right, but we're on earning points and stuff. So again, keep learning. We'll see you next Friday, same time, same place. Congratulations on earning your gold status. So we're 1/3 of the way there. And tomorrow we're doing Air Tahiti. So hopefully we'll see you there. Sunday I'm supposed to do Rocky Mountaineer, but I'm also heading to Anaheim or Universal Studios to the Halloween Horror Night. So I'm gonna see, maybe do it in my car or because my son's driving, he invited me. Or I may have somebody fill in for me. So, but that's Sunday Rocky Mountaineer. All right. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Congratulations. I know it was a long one. So we'll see you either tomorrow or Sunday or next Friday. All right. Mwah. Bye, guys. I will post this.
Bye. Thank you, Marnie.
Thank you. Have fun. Bye, guys.